Shalom, shalom. I'm Prince Moshe, your hostess with the mostest. Back with another word of wisdom. Like, share, and subscribe. So I was meditating as I was reading the scriptures, and it came to my mind, or the revelation was given to me by the Most High Yahuwah. Through my consciousness, through my spirit, my mind, and so that's kind of sort of the word of wisdom that I'm dealing with today is the mind. You know, we as humans, human beings are unable, to properly execute judgment in our body. Our body craves for things that, of the world, like, if it's like a pregnant woman when she wants ice cream, her body craves for that. The child within her womb craves for that, and that's sort of an example of the body, because you have a body within you. And so the body craves for the things of the world, because when you feed your body certain things, like when you feed your body S3X, or you feed your body DURGS, or when you feed your body pornography, or when you feed your body um pork, um over time your body becomes or that is what it craves. It becomes um that is what it likes. You see what I'm saying? And so um the understanding was given to me, because understanding in so many words is basically like uh because the word says, "In all thy getting, get an understanding." So understanding would be like a knowing, to know what it is that you're like, basically your facts. You know what I mean? Um, and so I'm gonna give you a definition of understanding. We're gonna look at it from a different perspective, because I seen it the other day, but I can't remember it just right off the top of my head. So, and I don't want to give you any false information. You know what I'm saying? But the ability to understand something, comprehension, uh, apprehension, um, basically, it's saying a informal or unspoken agreement, perceive, interpret, or view. So along those lines, you see what I'm saying? To get an understanding and interpretation thereof. And so I'm saying that because, um, like I said, it's hard to um actually keep Torah, or to keep the word, or to keep the commandments, or to keep the laws and the statutes in the flesh, because the flesh craves the things of the world. And this is why the scripture said that the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. You see, and so what is the spirit? The spirit is the mind. The spirit is the consciousness. You know, we have a lot of people around here talking about they woke and they conscious and, you know, all these other things, but the knowledge that they have is worldly knowledge, you know, which dates back to the Samaritan tablets, which dates back to Babylon, or which dates back to uh, Mesopotamia, you know, which is the first known civilization, you know, on this earth, you know, the cradle of civilization, you know. And it's just kind of funny because, you know, now we're in the last days. You have a lot of information coming out to defy the word of the Most High, to say, well, Egypt is over here in America, and you know what I'm saying, that the land over there that, you know, that they're currently occupying is not the land that, you know, is what it is. But you have to understand, before the continental drift, that everything was together, you know, at one time. And so, you know, in the beginning of civilization, um, they all were creating the same things, you know, the sphinxes, you know. That's why you can find those things over here in America. Um, you know, the relics, you know, the pharaohs, you know, pharaoh just mean something of the house or something like that. I forgot what it was called. Let me look it up real quick. Definition of pharaoh.
Here's the definition of pharaoh: a ruler in ancient Egypt.
So he was a ruler in ancient Egypt, but it was another word for it. You know, it was something like I can't let me see. Something of the house or something like that. I ain't gonna get into that because I'm getting off track. But you know, it's like I'm saying, is that a lot of people have, you know, are, you know, becoming prevalent to the knowledge and information that's running rampant, you know what I mean? And so it's very important. That's why it's so important to be conscious, you know, because the Most High, Yahusha Hamashiach, said in the last day, they would say God is over here. They would say God is here. They would say Yeshua is here and Yeshua is there. You know, you have all these people trying to connect, you know, Yeshua with all these profane religions. You know what I mean? But we follow a strict guideline. You know what I mean? Us as Hebrews, a nation, a people, we follow a strict guideline. We don't, you know, there is no wavering or looking to the right and looking to the left and saying that Yeshua was like Muhammad, or Yeshua was like anybody. He was God, you know what I'm saying, in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? And we too are gods, but you know, like I said in my last message, you know, we can't, you know, resurrect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? They want to say your higher consciousness and your higher you, your higher self, that we created the earth, and that, you know, I was listening to this guy the other day, and he was talking about the sun. The sun is our creator, and I'm like, well, who created the sun? You know, how did the sun just didn't create itself? You know what I mean? Like, you know, knowledge, it can only take you so far. You see what I'm saying? But that was a sidebar. But my point is this: is that, you know, Paul spoke about be ye transformed by the renewing of your what? Your mind. You see what I'm saying? And this is why, you know, when Zacharias climbed the tree and he was looking for the Messiah, Hamashiach, and he said, what must I do to be saved? He said, you have to be reborn again. You know, so to be reborn again means to what? And Zacharias asked him, well, how can a man be reborn again if he can't, you know, go back in the womb, you know, and be a child again? How must he be born again? Because it's in your mind. This is why Yahusha said that you have to be like a little child, because you have to relearn these things, because you have been, improperly taught the word of Elohim through Christianity. And so this is why, and it was the same thing that was going on back then with the Pharisees, who were teaching them according to man's wisdom and not the wisdom of the word, not the wisdom of Yahushua HaMashiach. And so it is impossible, to keep Torah in the flesh. And this was the very thing that Paul was explaining to you. It has to be a conscious thing, because your mind rules everything. Your mind rules your body, everything in your body. This is autonomy. Everything in your body sends signals to your brain. When your feet is hurting, that signal goes all the way up to your brain to tell your brain that your feet is hurting. Your body can give you a diagnosis of the symptoms, but it can't tell you what the symptoms is. If you got gas, your body is telling your brain you got gas. You know what I'm saying? You need to go take a dump. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High makes a distinction of the head. The body follows the head. Don't get me wrong, they collaborate together, but the head rules. Whatever the head say goes, and that's the problem that a lot of people have. They don't respect the position of the head. They don't listen to. That's how we get in trouble, because we don't listen to our head. We don't listen to our heart, our mind. You know what I'm saying? When your mind told you not to do that, you know what I'm saying? You could see all the red flags, and your mind, man, you better not do that. And you do it anyway. And it's the same thing with the Torah. You see what I'm saying? We have to understand that once we go relearn the Torah, not New Testament, because the Brit Hadashah, Brit means covenant. It's not the New Testament. It's not the Old Testament. It is the Torah in the covenant, the renewed covenant. And this is what we have to understand. We have to make the distinction of that. You see what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people, that's why the Bible say that, you know what I'm saying, like talk in Proverbs, it talk about sloth. People being sloth, like, the slothful man put his hand to his mouth and in his bosom and he don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Because, the slothful man, he waits till winter to try to harvest his crops. You see what I'm saying? Because he never does things timely. You see what I'm saying? And so when you don't, it's an old saying, stay ready and you ain't got to get ready. What that means is preparation. So, that's back in the days, like, we used to dress like prep boys. We was preppy. We had the button downs with the creases in the jeans, with the polo boots on. You know what I'm saying? We was preppy. You know what I'm saying? We was still gangster, but we still preppy though. You see what I'm saying? And so we didn't understand then what it meant to be a prep boy. You know what I'm saying? But a prep boy is preparation. You was prepared for success. You see what I'm saying? Even though you still had a street mentality, you still looked good. You see what I'm saying? You still prepped. You know what I'm saying? You might be out and about smelling good and you might knock something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's prepping. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get you to understand that your mind, your consciousness, that is your spirit. If you don't train your mind and you don't read the Torah and understand what's required of you, you see what I'm saying, then you're going to be lost. You're not going to know what to do. You're not going to know how to execute judgment within yourself. And that's what the Most High, when he talks about judgment, you know, you got to make the right judgment. Should I go with the homies and go slide? Or should I stay at home? You know, it's like I heard this dude the other day. And he was talking about, matter of fact, it was Charleston White. He was like, the best part of the movie in Boys to the Hood is when what's his name? Cuba, who he played, Trey. You know what I'm saying? Is when he got out the car when they went to go slide on the dudes who knocked down his brother. You see what I'm saying? And he was like, that's the best part of the movie because that man got a chance to make a conscious decision that he didn't want to be a part of that. You see what I'm saying? And so because, you know, as fathers, we're not teaching our children Torah. You see what I'm saying? They are left to the world, you know, left to these people these puppets who they have put in place. You know, these Cardi B's and these Sexy Reds, you know, these Offsets and these, you know, all, you know, these Finesse and all these people, we left to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how we measure our life up to them. If we don't got, you know, the gold rings and the gold chains and the, you know, the diamonds and the VVS's and stuff like that, you know, you a simp. You not a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that is, you know, what they would call yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? The yang energy that, you know, the six energy, you know, and not the 9, the supreme energy that people be in. You know, we could go all to them levels, but we just keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? We just follow the Torah, you know, because the Torah is complete. The Torah is perfect. It gives us a description of what not to do and what to do. And that's all we need to know. And once we know that, then it's a conscious thing because your spirit will convict you. The Ruach HaKodesh, which is the word, will convict you. It will convict your spirit, just like KRS-One say, close your mouth and, you know what I'm saying, and in your mind say something to yourself. Yeah, that's your spirit, but there's the Ruach HaKodesh who confirms the word, who confirms the Torah. That's why Yahushua HaMashiach said, me and my Father are one. The Spirit ain't going to tell you nothing different than the Word. The Spirit is going to confirm the Word. That's why I said when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit shall lift up a standard. So, you know, when you know, the world is tempting you, when you got the enemy coming at you, tempting you, then the word, the conviction. Now, you shouldn't be eating that. The Bible say don't eat that. The Bible say don't eat pork, don't eat rabbit. The Bible say don't eat lobster, eat crab. We really supposed to be on a vegetable diet. That was the meat, the real meat. You know what I'm saying? But because, you know, we had fallen, he had given us guidelines to follow by in order for us of what meats we could eat. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why the scriptures is complete, but it can only be kept in your mind, in your spirit. And this was what Paul was talking about. You see what I'm saying? That's why I always refer back to Jeremiah 31:31. You know, that he would make a new covenant, a renewed covenant. The renewed covenant was just going to have to be a personal relationship with you, and it's going to have to be in the mind. A lot of us don't know what to do because we don't spend no time with them. We don't read, we don't get up and read, we don't take no time out to pray. We don't take no time out to ask him what it is that he wants from us. You know, we don't do none of that. You know, we just so consumed with our lives every day that we get up, don't even pray and go to work. You know what I'm saying? And do what our boss say every day and do, you know, but what a man tell you to do for some money, but you don't do what the Most High Yahuwah tells you to do spiritually, and that's why you're piss poor morally. That's why we have been piss poor moral. You know, and so the only way for us to be able to execute judgment is for us to feed ourselves those things which are spiritual, because you know you can feed yourself spiritually too. There is spiritual food. You know, that's what the Torah is. It's your spiritual food, because it is a navigation, a compass for your spirit. Because what you ingest or what you digest, you know what I'm saying, is gonna come out of you. So if you looking and watching pornography all day, you know what I'm saying, and you know, that's what's gonna come out of you. You know, if you sitting around, you know, watching murderous things and all these that's what's gonna come out of you, because that's what you feed in your spirit. You see, and so this is why we feed ourselves Torah, because it's our spiritual food. You see what I'm saying? And so once you feed yourself that, then your spirit grows, and that's what you start to act it out. That's why we got the book of Acts, because we begin to act out those things, the acts of God. Hallelujah. But man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Peace and blessings. Like, share, and subscribe. The only way, you can't keep this in the flesh, man. It's impossible. You know, but with the Most High Yahuwah, all things, with Yahushua HaMashiach, all things is possible. With Torah, all things are possible. You know, don't ever say what you can't do, because you can do it through Yahushua HaMashiach. You know, you do what you can do, and he'll do the rest. Peace and blessings. Like, share, and subscribe.